What's up, peeps? Welcome back to another episode of PATroutFilms. I'm Brandon. So today's gonna be a little bit of a short one, guys. It's been tough fishing, let's put it that way. So today I'm just gonna quick show you basically me getting my whole rig set up. You know, just kind of explaining what leader I use, what tip I'm gonna be using, kind of how I set my flies up. And obviously the number one thing is kind of showing you guys how to set up the New Zealand indicator. I've had a couple, comments here and there about how to kind of set that up, and I did have a comment actually in regards to somebody mentioning that they wanted me to do an actual video on showing them how I set my New Zealand indicator up. So just wanted to obviously show that to you guys today. That way, if you do have questions, in the future, at least you have like something to kind of reference off of. And obviously comment below if you guys have further questions, or if you don't understand something that I kind of explained or showed in the video itself. But all right, guys, anyways, enjoy the content, and I'll bring you back for the outro. See you soon. All right, peeps. So I had a couple people asking questions in regards to the New Zealand indicator. So I figured I would just like set my whole rod up here and then answer those questions in regards to the New Zealand indicator, and kind of give you some little tips and tricks as to what I do in regards to, one, setting up my rig, and two, also getting that New Zealand indicator on there. Because I'll be honest with you, I know a lot of people say it's a challenge to get it really on your leader. I'm not gonna lie, it definitely is. So there's some little tips and tricks that I've developed over my time of fly fishing and using that New Zealand indicator that have really helped me kind of get that little wool piece into, all wrapped up here, into the whatchamacallit. Oh my goodness, come on here. There we go, sorry. Into the little silicone on the leader. So just figured I'd show you that video, that way I can answer some of the questions for everybody who's been having them. So but anyways, I figured I'd take the time here real quick to kind of talk about the changes too that have been made with the fact that they shut down the season a little bit early this year. I'll be honest with you, all the questions can be answered in the book. I did read over it fairly briefly, and really have come to the conclusion that there's still a wide variety of different places that you can go fish. It's just obviously you're limited on the different areas that are stocked. Now, the Tulpahawken Creek is definitely going to be stocked here before the season starts. But the reason we're allowed to obviously fish here is because, one, this upper portion is the delayed harvest. And then because the Tulpahawken Creek is a year-round fishery, you can still technically fish below the dam, or excuse me, below the Red Bridge, from my understanding, where it's a regular regulation area, but it's strictly catch and release right now. Now don't quote me on that, because I obviously don't want to give the wrong information to people, and like I said, it is all spelled out in the book for you. But with that being said, I know I am legal to fish up here, at least in the delayed harvest, which is why I obviously do fish up here. Alright, sorry guys, I'm just trying to get my tippet on. Come on. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take about, I'll also just show you my whole rig setup, probably about 3 feet or so, maybe a little bit more of, I think I'm running 5X here, and I take typically a little bit more than 3 feet, but that's just because right now I'm not going to suggest this, but the water is well over, it's actually 600 something CFS, so not the best fishing conditions. But all right guys, because the fishing conditions are so bad, I'm gonna use some brighter patterns here. So I'm gonna start off with a squirmy wormy on a jig head, bright orange jig head there, you guys can see that. something that's a nice big attractor. So like I said, off my leader. Okay, so my whole setup is actually right now I'm running a 9-foot 5X leader, or tapered leader, excuse me, to a tippet ring. And then off the tippet ring I'm running about 3 to 4 feet of 5X. And then I go to my point fly. And then off of my point fly, I'm gonna run about 12 to 18 inches of probably 5X to then my drop fly. And I think my drop fly, I'm gonna pick I think I'm gonna go with a blowtorch. Something that's a little bit brighter. All right guys, as you can see, there's that blowtorch. So I'm gonna run the purple with the pink tail on it. Like I said, just something that's really bright in their face. That way they can easily see it and have no issues at all. If it gets right in front of them, they'll take it. Hopefully. All right guys, so as you guys can see, here's my little New Zealand indicator bag. So I have 2 different colors in here right now, white and green. Obviously I'm gonna go with white today because the water's just so blown out, I can easily see. And then I have 2 different kinds of thickness. So you'll see here's the skinny one, and then here's the thick tubing. So this is what I typically use, is the thick tubing. The reason I use the thick tubing is because it's a lot easier to get your wool piece, or the wool, into the actual little piece of the silicone. And I will say the tubing itself lasts you so much longer with these thick ones, just because really, I mean, if you put it on correctly, you're not going to rip the tubing itself, and it's very durable. So I mean, this current one that I'm using right now, and by the way, I do use the little tool here just because it makes my life easier getting on my leader. But this little piece that I have, I don't know if you guys can even see it. There it is, it's on the end there. But I've had this piece for, couldn't even tell you how long. I mean, it's been through many uses. So then, the fun part. This is always a little bit of a challenge. Let me take my gloves off. All right, so for the wool, what I typically do is I'll, unwind a little bit here, find my end. Let me see. So here's a whole long chunk, as you guys can see. So I gotta find my end, which I'll eventually find it here. There we go. Hold this back up, stick it down in there, that way it's for future use. All right, so I will take about, I don't know, 1 to 1.5 inches there, probably about closer to 1 inch off of that. And then I will take that and literally almost rip it straight in half. Just like that. So you have 2 pieces. Now, sorry for the noise. What I will do is just take that, stuff it back in there, stuff that in there. So I will take this and I'm gonna tease it a little bit. So one, I'll pull it apart a little bit, just like that. Take that, pull it apart, and lay it on top of each other. Now, I'm gonna pull the fibers apart. Basically what I'm doing is I'm kind of stretching them out, making them a little bit looser. I want that kind of to break apart again like that. And then there we go. That's kind of how I'm gonna use put it on, just like that. Kind of, adjust some loose fibers and stuff. But leave it nice and loose like that. That way, when you take it, and here's, I put mine right above my little tippet ring on my leader. So you'll see that I'm gonna just slide it on there. See how easy that tool makes your life? Just literally puts it right on there for you. Now, open that loop up for yourself just a little bit. Hold it there. See how I have that little loop? It's hard to kind of see on the camera. Now take this, stick it right through the loop. If you have to adjust a little bit. Put it right to the center of your wool. And then start to crank down. Now, this is the hardest part. I always hold on to my leader, hold on to my wool, and I kind of stroke it back like that. Grab a hold of the silicone and I start pulling and twisting while holding the leader very gently. What this does is it's slowly spinning that wool to make it a little tighter while pulling that little tubing like it's like a sleeve over top of it. As you guys can see there, it's slowly going on. And I'm just going to continue to do that with some pressure, slowly getting it on there. Now I'm going to take it and do this with my leader. Kind of pull on the leader a little bit to kind of straighten it out and pull it in there deeper. See, it's going to kind of pull it in there deeper a little bit. And I'll go back to my method, pull on it, twist and pull, twist and pull. Mind you, obviously I'm doing this a little bit slower to kind of show you guys. Typically I try to get it done a little bit faster, that way I can get on the water. Sometimes, you know, it takes a little finagling, but you just want to get it on there pretty good. That way you can kind of slide it up and down your leader. See? It slides up and down my leader. And then that way when you're on the water you can make adjustments as needed. Now, what I'm going to do here is, oh, sorry about that, I didn't mean to bump the camera. I'm going to take my wool, kind of pinch it all the way up. We're going to give her a little haircut. So you're going to kind of keep it like that, has a little bit of end to it. Give her a haircut. Make sure you always clean up your trash, throw it in the car. And there we go. We have a nice lead, or a nice indicator right there. And then what I will do is I actually will take some, I think it's Loon grease right now. Yeah. I'll take this Loon Outdoors. It's the grease stuff. And I'll put that on. And that basically what it does is just, it makes it more water repellent and helps it float in the water. You know, that way, just makes life easier. And you don't have to worry about it getting wet and getting, sinking under the water, or, within, 20 casts or something like that. But, all right, guys, just kind of wanted to show you that little tutorial there. If you guys have questions, definitely comment below. Man, is it strong. Sorry about all the movement. Alright guys, let's see what we got. Feel big. Oh, just a little rainbow. Took the blowtorch and it spit the hook literally right as we went into the net. Nice little pretty guy. Alright bud, hold on. Let you go in a second. Alright peeps, let's give you a little show of this little guy here quick. About 11-12 inches. Alright, hold on. Alright, bud. I'll get you out of here. Maybe. Alright. Are you done wiggling? Here you go, guys. Nice little female. Back to the depth she goes. Alright, peeps. Like I said, the video is definitely going to be a little bit of a shorter one today. I just wanted to, quick make that video, show you guys on how I set my rig up, and like I said, mainly kind of show you the New Zealand indicator, just because I had, so many questions in regards to that. So I'm hoping this video definitely is able to answer some of those questions for people. And, if you guys do have further questions or don't understand something, like I mentioned, just comment below. But really at this point, guys, I don't want to kind of keep dragging it on here. As you guys can see, I did manage to get out and at least catch one fish. I did hook into 2 others, but unfortunately I just wasn't able to keep them on. Didn't get good hook sets. It's really tough fishing conditions, like I said, with the flows at 614 CFS, and with the way the conditions look, with the fact that it is fairly muddy and kind of blown out, I'd say. So anyways, I'm not going to keep rambling on. Thank you guys for watching today's video. Please like the video. Obviously, the more you guys like these videos, the more I can get them out for other people to see. Plus, obviously I can see what kind of content you guys are liking on your end. Subscribe for more awesome content, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, guys, peace.